Hi there, this is Mrs. Mano. We are going through the steps of decoding, and to decode is to solve a new word. As we go through these example words, you will notice these 7-syllable types that you've seen before. And as we go, I'm going to explain each one. We have closed, open, magic E, vowel team, bossy R or R controlled, diphthongs or sliding sounds, and consonant LE. You'll also notice these 4-syllable division patterns. So the V's stand for vowels and the C's stand for consonants. Here's a word we can decode together, and I'm going to use green because these are all green words, meaning they follow the rules and we will be able to chunk the syllables and read them just fine. First step is to find the vowel sounds. Underline them and label them with V's. We look in between as our second step and label these two as consonant letters. So I'm already noticing this pattern from our previous page. A vowel and a consonant and a vowel. When we see that pattern, we always split it right down the middle in between the consonants. Now I'm able to say these syllables separately. Napkin. I know to pronounce these with short vowels sounds, a, I, because these are closed syllables. Each syllable has a vowel with the short sound and a consonant after it, or that door blocking the vowel from falling off the hill. In this syllable kin, it's the N, keeping the I safe from falling off the hill. There are our closed syllables. That's actually one of the words there, napkin. Let's look at one where there is an open syllable. First step, find the vowel sounds. Label them with V's. Connect and look in between. This time I only see one consonant letter. So now I have to make a decision. Will I make my syllable cut here or here? And this is something we do as readers a lot, and adults do as readers all the time when we come across words we've never seen before or never read before. If I left my cut here, I would pronounce this Ray Ven with an open sound. Open long sound. The A does not have a door after it, does not have a consonant, so it is falling off the cliff and shouting its name all the way down. Ray Ven. Closed because of the door, so the E is safe. If I didn't put that line there and I decided to put it here instead, I would pronounce that as Rav-N. So that's why instead of Raven, we want to keep it as Raven, with the open syllable where the vowel shouts its name all the way down. Next up, we have a 3-syllable word. So now we have more than just 2 vowel sounds. So it's important to remember we want to only underline the first 2 vowel sounds we see at a time. 1, 2. We'll add the other ones in later as soon as we make our first syllable cut. I'm going to look in between consonants. And that's that pattern we saw before where we're going to split it right in between the consonants. So I know my first syllable's ill. I know to say I, not I, because there's a door after it, and this is a closed syllable. Next, we need to find our next vowel sound, which I'm seeing is this A. I'm going to bring the A in here and look in between. Now I'm seeing 3 consonants. So the S is a consonant on its own, and then I'm going to group together this tr sound as the other consonant sound. So we can group together beginning blends and cut in between these consonants. Now I know my second syllable is lus. Ill, lus. Also closed, because after the vowel, there is a door keeping the vowel safe from falling off the hill. Now I see that I already have my third syllable here, and that this is a magic E on the end. Noticing the word 8, so I can say ill, lus, trait. And we label that as a magic E syllable. So we're writing these syllable types along the top. Illustrate. Here's a word with 4 syllables. And this one is a great example because the first vowel sound is which is a bossy R sound. So I'm underlining the E and the R together and putting that V underneath. Here's the next vowel sound, which is O. So we're only doing 2 at a time. The reason is because we need to know where to make that syllable cut, and we can only do that 1 at a time. There's 1 consonant in the middle. So now I'm going to make that decision. Do I want to cut it here, or do I want to cut it here? And that's, again, something we do as readers a lot, where we have to kind of play with the sounds a little bit, flip the vowel sounds if needed. I can tell that thur sounds like a good first syllable, so I'm going to leave it like that. Thur. That is a bossy R syllable because it has that Now I'm going to bring in my next vowel sound, which is this E, and look in between. I'm seeing a C. So I'm making this decision again right here. Am I going to cut it in this spot or this spot for the VCV pattern? Well, since I see the word mom, I'm going to cut it here after the consonant this time. Here we did it before the consonant, but here I'm going to do it after because I'm noticing this word mom. And if you notice that at first, you might even be able to skip some steps to reading this word. And that's closed because the O has a door keeping it safe. Now I'm going to add in our last vowel sound over here, which is that again. So I know our last syllable is a bossy R syllable. In between is a consonant. Make my cut. Another closed. And another bossy R. And I have all my syllables. Thur, mom, et, thermometer. Now I'm noticing 2 vowel teams that are popping out of me. I see one here, OA says O, and I see one here, EA says E. So now I already know there are 2 syllables, and they're both vowel team syllables. So I'm gonna look in the middle, consonant T, consonant M. In between the C's, oat, meal. Vowel team, vowel team. Okay, first I will underline the vowel sounds, and I'm noticing I and ow I know that O and U can work together as a diphthong sound, and diphthongs are the sliding sounds, meaning your mouth actually makes two movements when you make the sound ow, compared to a vowel team, which would be just one sound, like EA says E. We underline them together because they're working together, and we label them with V's. C's in between for consonants. Cut in the middle. See the prefix dis, which is closed. And then this is a diphthong sound, a diphthong syllable. Discount, discount. Here we have a syllable division pattern that is a little trickier. So I see three vowel sounds. The first two are right next to each other. So I know that they're not working together, this I and O. I'm not going to do this. Nope. Because I know oi is a diphthong, but I-O is not a diphthong and it's not a vowel team. So I'll underline those separately since they are making separate sounds. Since there's nothing in the middle, there's only one place to make our syllable cut. This is an open syllable because there's no door keeping the I from falling off the hill, so it shouts its name all the way down. Vi. First syllable, vi. I'm gonna bring in this I over here, and there's a consonant in between. So now I have to decide which will sound better, which will make sense. If I cut it here or here. So if I cut it here, then this is another open syllable, and it's saying, oh, shouting its name all the way down because there's no door. So we would have vi, o, lin, violin. If I put the cut here, we would have to pronounce it violin, violin. So that's how I know I'm keeping the cut here with an open and a closed there. Violin. I see my first two vowel sounds. I'm seeing a third one out here, so I know that this is going to be a 3-syllable word, but at first I'm just going to make the cut between the first two syllables. Two consonants in between. At. Closed. Door after the vowel, so I pronounce that ah. Now I'm going to add in that third vowel sound and make my other cut. At, lan, tick. Atlantic. 3 closed in a row. All right, here is a word with a new syllable type. I'm seeing 2 vowel sounds, so we are going to have 2 syllables. Ol. I'm seeing and ol. So this is a consonant LE syllable type. In between, I see M as a consonant and B as a consonant. And there's our word. Hum, bull. Closed. consonant, LE. B is the consonant, and LE follows it. So when you see LE at the end of a word, it sounds like O. In this case, bowl. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of vowel sounds here. I think I see 3, so this will be a 3-syllable word. I'm going to just do the first cut. That same really common pattern we're all noticing here, vowel, consonant, consonant, vowel. Make the cut in between the consonants. We have add, closed. Now I'm going to add in that other vowel, E. You might also notice meant, which is a suffix that we see at the ends of a lot of words. So if you notice that, that's a time saver. So here's another case where there are 3 consonants in the middle. So I'm going to put together 2 of them, st, and then them. So we cannot have 3 consonants in the middle. It can either be 2 or 1. So now I'll make that cut there. Add, just, meant, adjustment. Just closed, closed, and closed again. All right, last but not least, we have another word that has a prefix at the beginning, dis, time saver, if we notice those prefixes and suffixes, but let's say we didn't. I'm seeing a vowel here, and I'm seeing a vowel here. Connect those, and look at those consonants in between. And there's my first syllable, that dis, which is closed. The I is not fallen off the hill. We haven't had an open syllable in a while, but here's closed. I'm just going to put C for closed, CL, closed. Over here, I'm going to add in the third vowel sound, telling us that there will be 3 syllables. Disconnect, disconnect. Closed syllables happen quite often. And those are our examples. So I will be posting some examples that you can do on your own, and we can do some together when we check in on Zoom. So talk to you soon.